Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you're always looking for ways to really connect with history, not just read about it, well, we've got something great for you today.
We do indeed.
We're doing a deep dive into the upcoming events from the Middlesex County Museum and Historical Society.
Yeah, they do such a fantastic job.
They really do. They cover, 4 centuries of local life, and these events are where you can actually sort of step into those stories.
Absolutely. There's something special about being in the place where history happened or seeing a skill firsthand. It just sticks with you differently.
Totally agree. Okay, so let's jump right in. First up, Sunday, May 18th, Millmont.
Right. The naval battles on the Rappahannock during the War of 1812.
And the location itself is key here, isn't it? You're literally on the shores where these skirmishes took place.
Exactly. And, we often think of the big sea battles in the War of 1812, but these river engagements were incredibly important locally.
Controlling supply lines and things like that.
Precisely how the war really touched communities. And having Stuart Butler there, who's an expert on this specific history,
Oh, that adds a lot.
it really does. You get those specific insights right on the spot.
And it sounds like they're making it a full experience, too. Not just the history lesson, but the views, the local food.
Fried oysters, ham biscuits, wine, beer. It engages all the senses, which helps make it memorable.
Sounds fantastic.
Mm,
And tickets are available for that one, so probably good to check that out sooner rather than later if you're interested.
Definitely worth looking into, yeah.
Okay, moving into June, Saturday the 7th, Hewick Plantation in Urbana.
Ah, yes, the Hewick Historic Marker Dedication.
It feels significant dedicating a marker like that.
It is. Markers are like anchors for community memory, and this one is new and revised.
Right. That caught my eye, too. What do you think that implies?
Well, it could mean new research has come to light, or maybe just a desire to tell a fuller story, perhaps incorporate perspectives that weren't highlighted before.
Interesting. Hewick itself has such a long history.
And Urbana is just steeped in history, too. Good spot for it. Just note, the time is still TBD on that one.
Right, so keep an eye out. And
Oh.
they'd appreciate an RSVP for planning.
Always helpful for them, yeah.
Then, just a couple of weeks later, Sunday, June 22nd, Antioch Baptist Church.
The Juneteenth commemoration.
And this year marks 160 years since the first Juneteenth. That's quite a milestone.
It truly is. Commemorating June 19th, 1865, when the news of freedom finally reached enslaved people in Texas, well after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Holding it at Antioch Baptist Church feels very fitting, too.
Absolutely. It highlights the vital role of faith in community, a powerful moment for reflection. And again, an RSVP is appreciated for that.
Good to know. Okay, still in June, Sunday the 29th, at the historic courthouse in Saluda. This one sounds fascinating.
Which one's that?
Archaeology and the Rappahannock Tribe's refuge during Bacon's Rebellion.
Ah, yes. Going back to a much earlier and pretty tumultuous period.
Bacon's Rebellion, right. Conflicts between settlers, native tribes, internal colony issues.
Exactly. It was complex. And understanding why the Rappahannock tribe sought refuge during that time, well, archaeology combined with historical accounts can offer some really deep insights.
Connecting physical evidence with the stories.
Precisely. And holding it at the historic courthouse in Saluda just adds another layer of history. RSVP appreciated there too.
Okay, then leaping into August, Saturday the 2nd, at the Scottish Factor Store.
The Founders Day demonstration.
This sounds like a really neat hands-on kind of thing, a museum rep showing early bricklaying patterns.
Yeah. It's about those practical skills that, literally built our past. We see the old buildings, but how often do we think about the actual techniques, the craftsmanship?
That's a great point. You get a tangible sense of it.
And the Scottish Factor Store setting is perfect. It would have been a hub of activity. Again, an RSVP helps them out.
Got it. Now, looking a bit further ahead, there's one called Tale of Two Counties.
Oh, yeah, that one sounded intriguing. No date yet, right?
Yeah,
Sometime before November 2025.
Exactly. Date, time, location, all TBD. But the topic, Middlesex versus Essex counties, and their responses to the American Revolution.
Now that gets into the nuances, doesn't it? We often get the big picture of the revolution.
As if everyone was on the same page.
Right. But neighboring counties could have had very different takes, maybe because of economics or who the local leaders were, that kind of thing.
It promises a much richer, more localized understanding.
Definitely one to keep an eye out for. And even though details are TBD, they appreciate an RSVP so they can update folks who are interested.
Makes sense. Looking at all these upcoming events, It really shows the range of what the museum
It
does.
really does.
And it reminds me, thinking back, they had that Enterprising Spirits event earlier this year.
Focusing on African American entrepreneurs in the 20th century. Important local stories.
Yeah. And last fall, the Middlesex Resolves event, exploring the local roots of democracy.
Which connects nicely to that upcoming tale of two counties, actually.
It does. And they even had things like the Model of Ford Club visit, showing that broader cultural engagement, too.
Exactly. It's not just battles or politics. It's the whole fabric of the county's history over, 400 years. Social, economic, cultural, all of it.
So really fantastic lineup coming up. Lots of chances to not just learn about history, but kind of touch it.
Feel it, yeah. Whether you're by the river at Hewick or watching those brick patterns.
So if any of these have piqued your interest, and I hope they have,
I certainly hope so.
definitely head over to the Middlesex County Museum website. That's where you'll find all the specifics, times, ticket info if needed, and how to RSVP.
And the website's got more too, right? News, articles, stuff from past events. It's a great resource all around.
Absolutely. It really seems like a hub for anyone curious about how our past shapes our present here.
It really does.
So maybe the question to leave folks with is, which of these upcoming moments most sparks your curiosity? What thread of our shared past are you most eager to pull on and see where it leads?
Yeah, something to think about. Which piece of the story calls to you?